Ethan Carter was a name everyone in the football world knew. A young and talented midfielder, he was fast, accurate, and had an incredible ability to understand the game. At just 23, he had already earned a spot in a top European club, making millions and living the dream of many young athletes. But behind the loud cheers and bright lights, Ethan was struggling. The pressure never stopped. Coaches expected him to always be at his best, fans criticized his every move, and the media constantly invaded his personal life. Every missed pass, every loss, every injury felt like a huge failure. The weight of it all started crushing him. At first, he ignored it. Just a rough patch, he told himself. But as the pressure built, so did his anxiety. He couldn't sleep, his mind constantly racing with self-doubt. The confidence that once seemed unshakable began to fade. He started pulling away from his teammates, skipping workouts, and even avoiding his family's calls. Then came the breaking point. In a crucial match, with only minutes left, he had the perfect chance to score the winning goal. But in that split second of hesitation, the opportunity slipped away. The final whistle blew. His team lost. And in that moment, Ethan felt like he had lost himself too. The reaction was instant. Fans flooded social media, calling him a failure. Sports analysts picked apart his performance, wondering if he was still good enough. Even his coach, who used to encourage him, now just gave cold stares of disappointment. Ethan pulled away even more. He lost his appetite, felt drained all the time, and even going to practice felt impossible. Depression crept in quietly, like a shadow he couldn't shake off. The player who once lived and breathed football now felt nothing at all. One night, alone in his apartment, Ethan stared at his trophies, reminders of his past success. He should have felt proud, but instead, all he saw was a version of himself that felt like a distant memory. He wondered if it was time to walk away from the sport forever. Just when he felt like he had hit his lowest point, a message changed everything. It was from his childhood coach, the man who had believed in him back when he was just a kid playing on dusty neighborhood fields. "Ethan, I saw the game. One missed goal doesn't define you. You're more than just a footballer. You're a fighter. Talk to someone. Don't go through this alone." For the first time in months, Ethan let himself feel. He broke down in tears. Then, he picked up his phone and called his best friend, finally admitting everything he had been going through. The next few weeks were tough, but Ethan made a decision to fight back. He started therapy, where he talked about the pressure, the expectations, and his fear of failure. His therapist helped him see that he didn't need to be perfect, he just needed to keep moving forward. He opened up to his teammates about his struggles, and to his surprise, many of them had gone through the same thing but were too scared to talk about it. They stood by him, reminding him that football wasn't just about winning, it was about loving the game. Ethan also changed his daily routine. He practiced mindfulness, took breaks, and started writing down his thoughts. Slowly, he let himself enjoy football again, not just as a job, but as the passion that had always driven him. Months later, Ethan was back on the field, stronger than ever, not just in his body, but in his mind. He still had tough days, but now he knew how to deal with them. In an important match, he found himself in the same situation, a chance to score the winning goal. This time, he didn't hesitate. He took the shot. The ball flew into the net. The crowd cheered. But the best part? Ethan smiled, not just because he scored, but because he had won his biggest battle yet, the one inside himself.